Hi everybody, welcome to the first of the 12 Days of Christmas, take 2. Yesterday had lots of disasters and I deleted the video, and hopefully before most of you saw it, because I had lots of technical issues. I still have the lighting issue that I had last night because I wasn't able to get on while we still had some daylight today, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to work on that. But it is a challenge to work all day and find time to squeeze in videos. But I really want to do more videos in 2019. Maybe there'll be Facebook Lives. Maybe there'll be pre-recorded videos that I post to Facebook and YouTube. I'm not entirely sure, but I am trying because I recognize that we are different crafters. We're different levels of stampers, and we need some videos that show the basics, very simple stamping, and we need others that teach techniques and tips for those more advanced stampers. And I'm not quite sure that I'm there, but maybe we'll learn those together. I did make some notes. I've got some notes over here to try and keep me honest. I'm going to see if I can actually kill this light, because this is blinding me. Okay, that's better. Hope it's better for y'all. It's definitely better for me. I realize there's still some glare on my glasses, and I could take those off, but then I can see all of this, but I can't see in the camera to see what you're looking at. So I'm going to leave them on. I think that's better for me anyway. I do want to just make sure that I am where I think I am, and that it is in fact broadcasting, because as I continue to learn that the more prepared I am for technology, it still bites me sometimes. So anyway, I'm going to show you tonight some of the ornaments that I have been making. I have gotten lots of questions about them, and I'm having so very much fun that I want to show you some of them. So I'm going to show you this lovely snowflake and figure out where the camera is picking it up. And it's getting some glare, but that has a Brusho background, so we're going to talk a little bit about Brusho. And then I have these using the Buffalo background check background. Dadgum, where do I put it so the light doesn't grab it like? So that uses the Buffalo check background, the Winter Woods stamp set framelits, the red rhinestones, and Wink of Stella for some shimmer and glimmer. This one I just loved is using the Buffalo background stamp set, as well as the Pretty Pines framelits, and gold glimmer paper, and some of the red ribbon from the holiday catalog. The Pretty Pines framelits and stamp set, I don't know that they're exactly the same name, but they're from the annual catalog, so we'll be able to use that stamp set from January to the end of May, because we're going to continue on doing a monthly Christmas card class, making 4 designs. You make 2 of each, so that by the time December rolls around, you'll have almost 90 Christmas cards ready to go if you're able to come every month. I think that's just tremendous. We can, I don't know. And some of them, maybe we won't do Christmas cards every time. Maybe we'll have 1 month we'll do Christmas gift card holders, or I don't know. We can mix that up. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. What else haven't I shown you? This one I'm actually we're going to make this tonight. Come on, camera. There you go. This is just a lovely, lovely, lovely. I've stamped on the back. The gift of your friendship means so much, especially at Christmas. That just really touches my heart. And this one we're going to make as well. Both of these ornaments are embossed ornaments, and they're using 2 stamp sets from the holiday catalog that are retiring, and they're 2 of my favorites, so I want to use them as much as I can, not just for cards. So I'm going to switch cameras. I think I have this figured out, so cross your fingers that this works okay. I want to, let's see, I think first switch this, and I bring this up and go over here. Now I'm going to look right just a little bit and make sure that that did, in fact, work. And I think we're good. Awesome. That's awesome. So last night, one of the failures that I had was that I forgot to use the embossing buddy on my ornaments, and I had lots of stray embossing powder around here, and that just really mucked it up. So I have to admit that I have already put on my shimmer paint, and I have already hit these with the embossing buddy, so that should I get ahead of myself, we're good to go. I don't know if y'all can see the dust that's flying up, but do that. So I bought these ornaments off of Amazon, and if you can't find them, just let me know and I will get the link for you. But they're just basic wood ornaments. They come in, I think I bought a pack of 30, and then I went back and ordered 100, and I'm having so much fun. I'm actually thinking about ordering more, because these are things that I can do with my almost 11-year-old. I can do with the neighborhood kids. We've got several little young crafters in the neighborhood that I love to craft with. And I'm thinking, hey, they're going to be bored by the first week of January. Maybe we can get a jump on some things and do some crafts together. Then the ornaments might be fun. So that's how you get the ornaments. Then I did lots of different, techniques before I figured out how to best get what I wanted for this ornament. I should probably hold it this way. And I don't know that you can see that, yeah, you can definitely pick up the shimmer here. So what I did was, so the shimmer paint came out in the holiday catalog, and there are 4 different colors, and 2 of them are going to carry over and 2 of them are retiring. So the Champagne Mist and Frost White are both carrying over, and if you're a demonstrator and I've got that wrong, please let me know, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. So I just took sponge daubers and shook this up, opened it, and did the whole, tilted this up, got the paint on the dauber, and then I just rubbed it across those ornaments. So that is how they got their shimmer. I did discover that I preferred the champagne. I think it gives just a little more shimmer than the Frost White does, and it kind of, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to compare them tonight, but maybe I can post some photos of some, and you can kind of tell the difference. So let me get some of these out of the way. I'm going to tell you about the Brusho first before we jump into our embossing, because this is, I love this technique. Erica Serwin showed me how to use starch, just spray starch, and I got lots of that available because for some reason we actually had it in our cabinets, but I'm not ironing anything. I'm certainly not starching anything. So that was something I could steal from the bathroom cabinet and bring to my craft room. And I just, I sprayed starch on the surface. Now I just took an empty box and laid my ornaments in and sprayed each one of them with the spray starch. It looks like gives it a white foam on top, and it's all bubbly. And then I sprinkled the Brusho crystals, and I'd try to grab them, but I would break my neck if I tried to get them from here. I'm kind of boxed in. But the Brusho crystals are in the annual catalog, and I used the Prussian blue. And then I took a ball of saran wrap, and I just squished that in to the starch and the Brusho, and that gave it all these interesting marble effect. Then once it was dry, I peeled the saran wrap off and threw it away, and this is the kind of the background that I was left with. And I had just lots of just really deep colors. So that's a really, really cool technique. And you can do the same thing on paper. I just happened to do it on these ornaments to see what that would do, and I loved it. Then I have the buffalo check. That was the whole reason I started making the ornaments, was because I just had visions of the buffalo check background, and things like the tree from Winter Wishes, and the snowman from the Spirited Snowman. And I don't have a sample of the snowman. I sold every snowman that I had made. I haven't made any more because I keep forgetting that I need to make some more. But the different blues, I played with some of the blues. So this blue is Balmy Blue, and this one is Coastal Cabana, and then of course this is black. And this black I've used in, I did use it with a Christmas tree. I guess I sold that sample as well. Don't have one of those out here, but I used it in a couple other things. Merry Christmas to You is a set, a bundle from the holiday catalog, and this is kind of fragile because it's bigger than my ornament, and you can see this one's gotten a little bent in transit. I don't have a real good solution for that. I did it flat on this one, and flat would probably work just fine, and you could use your adhesive sheets with it, and actually that's really what I need to do. Make some more of this because I really do like this this red glimmer paper, and with the adhesive sheets, it's really easy to adhere these cut items down. So this was Merry Christmas to All, that bundle with red glimmer paper. So that's how I did those. The black check was really fun to play with. The other red one that I have here, last year in the holiday catalog, we had some red glitter. There was green, I think, also. Real red glitter embossing powder. So it's got glitter in it. I think you can kind of see. So I bought that when it retired, went on sale. And so I embossed this. I used Versamark and the Flourish Filigree stamp, this large image here. Inked it up in Versamark, stamped it on here, applied the red glitter embossing powder, and then heat embossed it. So you can do lots of colors with this. I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried this. I mean, embossing powder does come in several different colors. We're going to use black and we're going to use copper tonight, but and this red is of course retired. But there's clear, there's white. I think the in colors come in. The embossing powder comes in the in colors. Well, that sounds kind of wild, but you can also, using that clear embossing powder, you can ink up your stamp first in the Versamark, then a color, stamp it, and use clear embossing powder and get the effect of that color ink showing through. So, and we're going to do that with the black on this ornament, so you can see a little bit of what I'm talking about there. So that's that. We are also going to color rhinestones with Stampin' Blends. If you haven't done that, that's great because they're alcohol markers. They work like a Sharpie, but they're our colors, so they match all. They're all matchy too. All right, let's stamp, and I'll finish up and tell you about that in a little while. So I'm going to start with the copper one. This Merry Merlot, this ribbon is copper and Merry Merlot, and it is in the holiday catalog, and it is sold out. But if you have this ribbon, it's beautiful. It's by no means your only option. You could do a well, I don't know what colors, other colors. Well, you could do white, you could do cream, you could do some other ribbons in place of that. This copper, you could do a ribbon with this copper ribbon because it grows. So you could have fun with different ribbons if you don't happen to have this one. So I've already got my shimmer paint on here. It's already dried. I've hit the embossing buddy with it, so I think we are ready. So I've got my Versamark ink pad. Versamark is a clear ink that's really sticky. So, clean your stamps well after you've used this. And I don't know that you can tell. Mine's really looking gummy after all I've been doing with it. So now I'm going to stamp this one horizontal, but I also have one that I did that with a more vertical look. So, you could do this asymmetric. You could do this on a diagonal, just whatever appeals to you. So I'm just applying some firm pressure and then rubbing to make sure I've got the whole surface. And you can't tell anything because that is clear, of course. Then my embossing powders, I like to keep my embossing powders in little containers. I think it helps. It does a couple of things. I keep a spoon in it, right? And then it lets me, I can just bring my ornament into the box and make sure I'm getting really good coverage. And because the embossing buddy is to prevent that, keep the embossing powder from sticking where I want it to stick and not in other places on the surface. And that looks beautiful. That's a really good looking job I did there. So glad I redid today. Now, I promised 12 videos of Christmas. And so here we are on the 13th. And we're thinking, it's going to be kind of hard to fit 11 more in that amount of days. And it is. So on the weekend, I am clearly going to have to double up. But don't worry, I have lots of projects. And I've lined them all out. We'll see if I can get them organized. Now, so I'm going to use the heat tool to melt this. So when you're in heat embossing, the embossing tool melts the powder, and you can see it turn shiny. I'll try and hold it up here where you can see, but I don't think the camera's really going to pick it up very well. It kind of does. I don't know that you can tell. You can see that it's different in some areas. I don't know that you can tell that it's actually melting. I do have a host code active right now. So if you haven't ordered items from the retired list of the holiday catalog, I'd love for you to order. If you don't order from me, if you don't have a demonstrator, you can go to my website and use the host code that I'm going to flash on the screen shortly. If your order is $150 or more, don't use the host code. Take the host benefits for yourself and earn free products. If you like what you're seeing today and you've got friends that would enjoy this as well, I'd love if you'd share my video. Okay, so that is that beautiful ornament. Isn't it gorgeous? Looks like it's a little off center, but I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just not that way. Now, I will stamp. Before I put my rhinestone on, I want to stamp the back of the ornament, and this is kind of hot, so maybe I'll leave that alone for a minute, and I'll go on and do the base for this one. This one is basically done. All we need to do is add a color of rhinestone, add it to the center, add the ribbon, and it's good to go. And honestly, if you didn't have that Merlot and copper ribbon, you could hang it just like this without a ribbon. That's not, don't let that stop you, in other words. Okay, so this stamp that we're using for the wreath-looking ornament is from Feathers and Frost, and I love this stamp set. I made Christmas cards with this. I've made tags, and this also is where I came with the gift of your friendship means so much, especially at Christmas. That sentiment came from here. It's got a hand stamped by stamp and these sweet little birds. So this is a photopolymer stamp set that is in the holiday catalog. It is retiring, and those retiring items are available while supplies last. So there's no guarantee that they'll be there. So order now if you're interested, if you've got items that you want to get. So for this one, I am going to first, remember I've already done the embossing buddy on this. Let's do it again. It's good and powdered now, like any good powdered wig, right? So I'm coming along first with the Versamark. Oh, excuse me. And then the Memento ink. And this is black. And this is kind of an extra step because I want that black to be really pronounced. So I'm kind of doing a twofer. But you can apply the same technique to any color. You could you could do this in green by using your Versamark and then any of the greens, shaded spruce or garden green, mossy meadow, and then you would have a green outline, which would be really pretty as well. But any of your embossing can be done that way. You can't go the other way around. Don't do your color and then your Versamark. Do your Versamark first and then your color. And now, hopefully I'm not sticking my head in this. Now my entire stamp is not going to fit on the ornament. That's okay. And again, I've just stamped straight down, and I'm just giving it some good pressure around the edges. Voila! And I'm going to grab my black embossing powder. Now, before I make the next ornament like this, I need to be sure and clean that stamp because it's got black ink on it. I don't want to transfer that black ink to my Versamark pad. And I am not watching your comments on the video as we go along. That would be too distracting for me. It's too late in the day for me to have that level of brain power. But I'll come back and answer any questions and address your comments, after the video has ended. So I think this is so pretty. Now I did discover ask me how I know this next piece. These ornaments, when you're embossing, they get hot, so don't get burned. These little clamps my husband picked up for me at Harbor Freight. Wasn't quite sure when I told him what to get for me, but he didn't ask a lot of questions and he got them. So they've come in quite handy when embossing this. I don't always do them when I'm embossing on a card base, but yeah, I burned myself when I was practicing these ornaments. I have to admit, I threw probably 10 ornaments out that just weren't up to quality standards, and just trying to figure out what to do. I tried to use alcohol markers, and actually I'm not going to talk about that. What if you can't hear me and I just don't know it? So I'm not going to talk about that until the embossing is finished. Just looking carefully to make sure that all the areas are shiny that I want to be shiny. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to set that. Kind of looks like that. Well, that was hot. That when I set it down, I bumped it with that clamp, and it kind of pushed. Okay, so my stash of inks over here thinks that I still have the Real Red out. But I don't see it. Oh, I can see it on my desk over there. Alright, hold tight. If there's a loud noise, well, that just means I fell over something. Okay, well, as long as I was over there, I picked up a few things. These are the Brusho crystals that I was talking about. They come in this set of 5. I believe it's $30. When you're working with your Brusho, remember, you don't take this lid off. This is a really fine powder, and they will be everywhere. Simply take a push pin and poke a hole in the lid. You'll shake them out through that hole, and then you'll seal it back with your push pin. And they're beautiful. I have really enjoyed working with them. Now to get them out of my way. Okay, I want to stamp the back of these ornaments with my sentiment. So these would make great tags on your Christmas gifts. But I think the ornament would be a pretty tag decoration. I can't help but notice Marianne's comment. Yes, Marianne, you must do this. And I'm just using Real Red. Looking at my stamp. And I probably should have done that in Merlot, Mary Merlot, instead of Real Red. If I was going to add the Merlot ribbon, that would have been a better color choice, but I simply was not paying attention. So it got Real Red as well. Okay, so let's finish this one up. All it needs is a colored rhinestone, right? So here's a pack of rhinestones. I'm going to take 2 Stampin' Blends. I have bronze and I have dark soft suede. And I'm going to take the brush end and simply color my rhinestone. Isn't this the coolest thing? And just pick it up and put it in the center. Isn't that beautiful? I just think that's stunning. I haven't done gold and silver metallic. The copper has just been so pretty. But I think I'm going to have to try that next. And I'd kind of like to try the shimmer in the other colors as well and see, I don't know. It's not broken. Do I really want to keep trying? You know, what I have works and it's really pretty. I don't know. Food for thought. Anyway, so for this ornament, I first tried coloring with the Stampin' Blends, the alcohol-based markers, and it bled just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit, and don't see my sample of that. So then I moved to my regular just Stampin' Write markers. This one is Garden Green. I liked the spruce. I liked the intensity of this shaded spruce. So that's what I ended up settling with. And it's just really quick coloring. And you could come back and add another layer of the spruce if you want to try and add some darker tones to it. Oh, I almost paralleled one of my berries green. The shimmer is gorgeous. I need to try to get some good pictures that capture that shimmer because it makes a big, big difference. I have to tell you, I was working on these ornaments last week. I've been pretty sick. And last week I finally went to the doctor, got loaded up on medicine, and I had stamped and embossed quite a few of these, and I decided I was going to color them while my husband and I watched TV. Well, even though I was on a steroid, which I thought kept you awake, the other medicines I was taking acted pretty much to put me to sleep. And I fell asleep coloring an ornament, marker in hand. So I am glad to be feeling much, much better. I feel so much better today than I did yesterday that I'm really hopeful that tomorrow is going to be 100%. Today's not 100%, but it's close. It's really close. So there you can see. And the only other thing that this needs are the little red rhinestones. Now, what could you do if you didn't have a pack of the red rhinestones? Absolutely. Color your regular rhinestones with either the Real Red marker or, I think there's a Real Red Stampin' Blend and there is Cherry Cobbler. So either one of those you could color your basic rhinestones. And that might be kind of fun too, because then you could bring in some different sizes, whereas the red rhinestones are all the same size. It might be kind of fun to throw in some larger sized berries in the mix here. I don't know. Have some fun. It's just, this is relaxing. This is fun. I like to have special ornaments each year. They're not always handmade, but I like for each of my kids to have an ornament so that when they grow up and move away, they have their whole collection of ornaments to take with them. And my tree gets a break from having so many ornaments on it, maybe. We only put up one tree at our house. I have some good friends that put up several trees, and they're just beautiful. So, let's see. So you get the gist here. I don't know that I really need to keep putting all of these on. I used the red ribbon from the holiday catalog for my ribbon on these, as well as I used the tie. Which one has the tie? Oh, I'm out of that ribbon, so I can't show you that. I ran out of it, and I don't have any one up here. But anyway, I used the red. So here's the Merlot that I used. This copper and Merlot colored on. Use that on the copper, and then I used this red is called. Well, it has two textures to it. I don't know if you can see. You can't see from there. But anyway, it's the real red. It's in the holiday catalog. And, oh, here. Okay, so let's see if we can find it. This punch box, I talked about this last week. This is going to be, I'm going to use this a lot. This is 40% off in the retiring sale. It's a great bargain. I mean, it comes with the beautiful tin, a block, 2 ink spots, a punch, and a set of 6 stamps. So we're going to use this to make gift card holders and treat boxes, all kinds of things. This is the All Is Bright suite that I use that Mary on the one ornament. Here's the real red ribbon. It's on page 6. It's $6 for 10 yards. So that's the one that we used. The other ribbon I know is sold out. The red rhinestones, let's see if we can find it. I should have had it marked. Sorry, not quite as prepared as I thought it was. It is on page 19, and I think those are all still available. Let me see if I can, get rid of that. Go away. Okay, so there is the host code that is active right now, as well as my website. So if you would like to order some of the products that we used today and you need some help finding them, please reach out and let me know. I'll be glad to direct you. The shimmer paint, I'm pretty sure is in, I could swear it's in this catalog. Let me make sure though. Here is the Feathers and Frost stamp sets on page 30. And shimmer paint. Oh my gosh, where are you? This Spirited Snowman, I use those on some ornaments too. You do have to fussy cut them out if you want to use them like the way I did the tree. That's on page 38. They're $8 for each of them. And like I said, I believe 2 of them are carrying over. The Filigree Flourish is on page 41. And it is retiring a beautiful stamp set as well that we used on these ornaments. So let me see what else I have failed to tell you. Okay, so next week, I know it's the week before Christmas, December 20th, is my regular all-occasion card class. We are going to have it. So if you need an escape, come on out. We're going to make, we have 4 designs, and we're going to make 2 of each. Your cards are free with a minimum purchase, or you can pay $20. So here are the designs. They'll be pretty close to this. These are kind of my first mock-ups, but and I know I'm going to make some little tweaks, but this is using that Flourish Filigree stamp set again to make a happy birthday card. This one I love. This is using Enjoy Life. And I'm not going to use this deep gold. We're going to use a brighter yellow for it. You Are Wonderful, Rooted in Nature, and 4 different colors of leaves. And then this uses this marble background stamp set and soft seafoam for the sentiment there. So those are our 4 designs for next week. I'd love to have you join. Just let me know. Let me know you're coming so I'll be sure and have it prepped. That is held in my home. There are two options. There's one class that starts at 3:30, goes for a couple of hours, and then the second class starts at 6, goes from 6 to 8. I will have products on display from the Occasions catalog that you can see, and if you haven't received an Occasions catalog by then, you can pick one up at my house. I did mail quite a few of you catalogs directly to you, and I will do an online catalog launch. Since we're traveling, it may be maybe the first week of January. I'd like to think I can get it done on the 26th. We'll see. I wanted to show you the packaging that I'm doing for these little gift ornaments. These little pizza boxes are in the main catalog, the big catalog, and I just decorated them with a piece of designer series paper and some cardstock, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. I'm pretty sure those are the measurements there. And just a piece of ribbon. The ribbon slides off, and the ornaments inside. Perfect size. Just darling little gift. You can even hang. I mean, it's light, so you could hang this on the tree if you wanted to. January 17th. January will start back to the regular 3rd Thursday for all occasions card classes. That's the 2 sessions that we're having like we're doing next week. And on January 19th, the 19th, that Saturday, we'll do a birthday club and Christmas card classes that morning. So stay tuned for further details about that. The goal being by the time December rolls around next year, you'll have all your Christmas cards ready, addressed. You're good to go. You can send cards to people that haven't reached out in that way in a very long time. We have our retreat January 24th. That Thursday through Sunday, we have a cottage reserve. We have 2 spots available right now, I believe. It's $125. We leave Thursday morning. You can come home anytime that you need to, but we will leave sometime late in the afternoon on Sunday. $125. That includes a goodie bag, make and takes, your spot, you can sleep, a full table for crafting. We do ask that you prepare 1 meal for the 10 of us, but it's lots and lots of fun. We'd love for you to join us. It's about an half an hour out of Nashville. We'll go with that. Then I've got a special offer in the works for the week after Christmas, and that's coming. Details to come on that as well. Thanks so much for being here tonight. I'm so sorry that I flaked out yesterday and technology got the best of me, but I'll have many more videos, just about 1 a day from now until Christmas, with additional projects and tips to help you have a very relaxing, stress-free holiday and be crafting. So happy stamping, everybody. Thanks so much. I will see you soon.